What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. As you guys can see, today we're going to be taking a look at the long-awaited Mafex or Medicom toys, the Amazing Spider-Man Ben Reilly action figure. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, starting off with that sexy packaging, we all know that Mafex always delivers. It does have that comic style to it. You do have the window right there. We have Ben Reilly right here. It says, gotta pray for two things. Marvel 6-inch figure number 143. We've got an image of him right there. The Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, Mafex, Medicom toy. Nothing much going on at the top. We got a logo right there and another logo right there. The Amazing Spider-Man. At the bottom, we got a bunch of legal stuff, ages, warnings, yada, yada, yada. Got an image of him right here. Amazing Spider-Man right there. Right here, we have another image of him web swinging. We have his logo right there, logo right there. And then, of course, on the back, we do have a ton of poses we can get the figure into, as well as the same stuff that we saw on the front, yada, yada, yada. Now, let's go ahead and bust this figure open because, like me, you guys are excited, so let's do it. Now, straight out of the packaging, I'm sure you guys already know the Mafex gods have delivered again, and this thing just looks so freaking good. I've been reading the Clone Saga a lot lately. I think it's Earth 616, and I've really been enjoying a lot of this stuff that I didn't even know about as a kid. And so just seeing Mafex drop all of this stuff, like, I am having a blast just seeing this stuff come out. Like right now, if they were to give us a Scarlet Spider, I would be all over that, or even a Kane Parker. That would be sick, but I don't want to get into that. Basically, I'm just super excited for this figure because I've been reading this stuff lately, and just taking a closer look at this guy, man. The reds and the blues are so vibrant. They really just complement each other, especially with the black spider logo that's pretty much covering a lot of the torso. And then these silver, like, gauntlet kind of things that he wears around his arm. This figure just looks good, man. Honestly, I don't even know how to put it. Like, in terms of paint, I guess, this is a major step up from the first Spider-Man. Now, I think a lot of the torso, actually, I don't know. I don't know what's reuse and what's not. I'm just going to show these two beside each other. This review might just go a little bit off the rails. Actually, I don't think any of this is reuse because this Spider-Man just feels different than the original release. And if you're wondering where this head sculpt came from, this is the PS4 head sculpt. I bought it on eBay for like 20 bucks. I don't know if that's still available, but yeah, that's where I got that. Anyway, yeah, just looking at these two next to one another, this looks good. Don't get me wrong. I love the look of this. I will always love this Spider-Man. But something about this right here, I don't know. It might just be because I really enjoy Ben Reilly and his design. I really love the blue on this a whole lot more than this. It almost is like this more darker, but more, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I like the blue and the reds better, but I'm gonna start rambling soon, so let me go ahead and stop that. But anyways, you can see the lines are painted on the body. For the most part, everything's clean. There are some spots where, like, they're missing the line work where the black webbing should have been painted in there, like some right here, some right here. There's kind of like some paint splotches right here. I think that's a little unacceptable for 90 bucks, but it's something that we're used to, I guess. We shouldn't be, but we're used to when it comes to Mafex figures. And this thing just looks, whoa, I think we have an issue here. I do. That knee, oh man, my knee is broken. Yo. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to order that second one. But yeah, wow, that is crazy. But anyway, I am going to continue this review, and yeah, that sucks. That really, really freaking sucks. But I do still have another one on the way. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this guy back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, in terms of the height on this guy to the top of his head, as you can see, he is right a little bit over, actually, 6 inches. Well, nah, not much. I'm just going to say he's right at 6 inches. He's pretty tall, and he's a slender figure, so it makes him look like he's taller than he is. But of course, that is accurate when it comes to Spider-Man. And also, for those wondering, I did fix that knee issue. I just super glued that joint in there. It's not like it's one that needs to move, so yeah, I fixed that. Moving on to the articulation, where things get fun. He looks up that much. Very, very great amount. He looks down about that much. Not as good, but I mean, it's still there. You can almost get the chin to touch the chest. He does get tilt and a whole lot of movement at the head. The arms go up and out about that much, so even higher than a T-pose. He does have those butterfly joints, so you can bring those arms in for punching or web swinging poses. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that come all the way in. My boy can totally flex, no problem. As far as the hands, they are on the typical hinge that operate very, very well. He does have a diaphragm joint. He leans back quite a bit, actually, but you do have to watch for that gapping. And when you lean him forward, you kind of got to pull forward and then get him to lean. But he still doesn't lean forward much at the diaphragm. Now, he does have all kinds of movement at the diaphragm, but if you want him to lean forward more, you have to utilize the waist joint, which also works very well. He can twist and turn and all that good stuff at the waist. Legs are on the drop down method, so he can kick an enemy in the face or hit web swinging poses, no problem. He does have a built-in thigh swivel. He can do the splits about that much, which I think is fine. Double jointed knees. There is the knee that I wanted to show this one on purpose that I fixed. It still does have that weird gap on this side that it doesn't have on this. I think it's just like chipped, like it's missing a piece. I don't know, maybe it broke during the manufacturing. I'm not sure, but it is effective and it still works. As far as the foot goes, it goes down about that much, up about that much. He does get really great ankle rocker and he does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, once again, it's the same with every Spider-Man figure we get from Mafex and dang near every figure in general. There's almost nothing to complain about. This is it. I gotta give it to him. 10 out of 10. Now moving on to the accessories, this is where things get a little bit repetitive with every Spider-Man figure we get from Mafex. It's always good that they throw in the same things, but when you review them, it's kind of like, okay, I've done this a million times. But anyway, he does come with his default head straight out of the package and a pair of fist hands. He comes with an alternate head where he's looking a bit more angry. I've heard people say that this is the McFarlane style. I'm not sure who the artist is, but I think it looks good. You do get, which is what's my favorite accessory, this Ben Reilly head sculpt, and this looks so good. I love the little comb over and the blonde hair, and this is actually an upgrade from the Peter Parker face because something about this just looks a little bit better. I can't put my finger on it, but it just looks a whole lot better. Maybe they've just gotten better with their head sculpts. I do love that. He comes with a mask that he can hold, and then when it comes to hands, he gets the pair of magnet wall crawling hands. We get these every single time. He gets a pair of web holding hands, and this is for when he's web swinging. As you can see, you just slide the web into the holes in the fingers. He gets a pair of just relaxed type hands, and I love being able to show these two at once. He gets a pair of thwip hands, which every Spider-Man is going to come with, unless it's the symbiote, but it'd still be cool to throw that in there. Anyway, he comes with another pair of relaxed hands. These are actually for holding the mask, which is why you can see these little holes in there. So basically what you do, you just grab the mask, you kind of line that up where that hole is right there, and then you pretty much just slide it on there, and it holds it. There you go. So that's how that works. Then you get a pair of regular wall crawling hands. And lastly, you get a pair of magnetized feet. And that's for just interchangeable parts. Now, when it comes to the webbing, once again, I always show just one of these. But just know that he gets two of every piece of web I'm about to show. You get this one long one right here, which this is the one that you slide between these fingers. And so if you want to get him in those web swinging poses, that's how that goes. You get another long one. This is one you just attach around the wrist, if I can talk, for when he's doing his Spider-Man whipping, whatever you want to call it. And then you do get a smaller one as well. So other than that, no other accessories. So I wish they could throw something else in, but at the end of the day, I mean, what can they? We get a ton of hands and 2 head sculpts. You really can't ask for more when it comes to a Spider-Man figure. Moving on to some size comparisons. Here he is standing next to the original release Spider-Man. This is the Medicom Mafex first release, which still holds up. I don't know how old this figure is. Maybe 1 or 2 years. Maybe not even that. But he still holds up and looks great. Here he is standing next to the Carnage that released, I believe, earlier this year. And in my opinion, is the weakest out of all of them, but he's still a good figure. I think people slept on it. And then, of course, here he is standing next to the Venom that is going for a crazy amount right now. Sucks for the people that didn't get their hands on this guy. But I think all of these look really good together and will photograph very well. Now to kind of mix it up a little bit, here he is standing next to the Mafex Medicom Adult Miles Morales, the Sentinel Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales, and the Mafex or Medicom Toys Into the Spider-Verse Gwen Stacy or Spider-Gwen. For even more Into the Spider-Verse, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Gamerverse PS4/PS5 Miles Morales, the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. I believe this is the old version from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. I'm not entirely sure, but this is my favorite costume, and so if they make this, I will be all over the place. And then, of course, here he is standing next to the Retro Spider-Man 2099, another costume that if Mafex made, I would just absolutely love it. And with No Way Home coming out soon, it's only right that I get some of that MCU Spider-Man mixed up in this review. First off, we do have the Mafex or Medicom Toys Spider-Man Homecoming first release Tom Holland Spider-Man. We do have the Marvel Legends Target exclusive. This is the re-release of Vulture, where he comes with the wings. I guess you can call it a deluxe set. And then, of course, we do have the Marvel Legends MCU Mysterio as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and keep it a buck. I know most people didn't really care much for the Clone Saga or any of the Earth 616 stuff from what I've seen, but I am absolutely loving it. Mostly because all of this is new to me, and I think Ben Reilly has honestly become my favorite Spider-Man. Like, there are things I like about him more than I like about Peter Parker. Even though he is a clone, there are certain elements to him that still make him his own character, which is why a lot of people love this figure or plan on getting this figure, and they love these versions of Spider-Man because of the fact they are a bit different than Peter Parker, and I absolutely have just been enjoying that. Hence, that's why I love this figure. For one, I love the design. The costume on this is just phenomenal. This is one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes. I love the colors. I love everything that Mafex did to make this figure pop. Like, photographing this thing is just insane. I just loved. I know I'm talking about the colors and stuff a lot, but for me, that really just makes the design of a character. I'm a sucker for art, so when I see something I like, I really, really like it. And I'm going on a tangent, but I'm being dead serious. I really love this figure. Mafex is automatically my favorite company, meaning that this figure it's one I'm gonna love as long as they didn't mess anything up. I had that one issue that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. I fixed that, and I do, like I said, I still have a second one coming in, so I'm good. But overall, man, honestly, this is a figure I would say if you haven't picked it up, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know there's a new Marvel Legends version coming out. That thing looks sick. I got my pre-order in. Big shout out to X Manny for sending me the link to that. But yeah, this is just one I gotta have all versions of. Anything they make of Ben Reilly, I have to have, and so I'm gonna get it. And this is just awesome. So yeah, if you haven't gotten this figure, I'm telling you, get it now, because I've already seen prices rising for this guy. Do not sleep and wait on a bunch of reviews. Get this figure. I know D already reviewed it. If that didn't sell you, I hope that my review does, but I'm pretty sure his already sold you. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up because that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.